Hello from the beyond. Actually, not that beyond. First, before I go any further, if you have not seen my finale or any other finales, or haven't seen or heard any of that, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Go back. Finish the finales. This is not a spoiler-free zone. This is all the spoilers. All the spoilers. There are so many spoilers, guys. There are so many spoilers. And that's because we're going to have a meeting. We're going to have a hangout and chat and little interview of sorts with our two lore masters. As you can see, they are not phantoms because this is not in of itself a lore thing. This is just talking about how in the world...
This is non-canon.
Yeah, this is how Kobold and Skribs did everything they could to lore master for a group of squirrels. So, yeah. Also, I just have to pause and be like, I never got to actually see this entire place during the whole finale.
We were not in this room nearly as long as we expected to be in this room.
No.
And it's so pretty. It is so pretty.
Props to Kobold on this one. He did this.
Dude. All right. I suppose I should start us at the beginning. I stand at this chair like I'm going to sit in this for very long. I'm probably going to end up like bouncing everywhere. Why am I so short? Why do I feel like I am very short?
This is sending me
Welcome
into
to my
the
life.
chair itself.
Huh. I feel like Skribs now. Okay.
Yes,
Anyhow.
You know how we feel.
Okay. I'm just going to start this. How long did you guys know what you were going to plan for this? Because I feel like this was more than just a season started and hey, we know what we're going to do. Because we ended season 3 and you guys had that lovely little, rather spooky...
Science, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming from that point, but how long did you guys know you were doing? Ish.
I know
Ish
it
is
was
good.
around mid-season 3. I feel like it was mid. It might have been late season 3.
Wow.
About the time that we did the rubber band world.
Oh,
because
the rubber
the main
band.
server crashed.
That was awful.
Yeah. Up to that point, lore, like as a whole for Olive Edge, was done very freeform. Of we'd have some people doing builds, and kind of I think in season 1 I can't really say anything about that. I wasn't a part of season 1 at all. But in season 2, it was starting with me trying to do a prank on you, Lee.
That was the Nightmare King, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then that turned
Yeah.
into the Nightmare King, because it just
Courtesy
kept.
of Core and a prank that he pulled on Red in season 1.
Yeah.
Yup. Oh gosh.
So
Well,
it went
that
from
was the Witness Origins, I guess, actually. But like
Yeah.
the two tying together kind of flowed from those.
Good
Yeah.
times.
So with season 2, it was that, and like it started as like, oh, I want to do a funny prank. Let me just rebuild Lee's entire house in the end as like a quick little thing, and then we
Little
got
thing.
Welder in on it, building like tentacles and stuff, and it was like this whole fun like cooperative build, all without you having any knowledge of it in the slightest. We just at one point told you, hey, you should record, and then just we told you to head back to spawn, and we had swapped out the teleportation crystals, so you didn't even know
I feel
at
like
what point it was going to start being
I
a
feel
thing.
like the wording was you should head back to spawn, you should record, don't be overly concerned, or something along those lines.
Oh, was it?
Which let me tell you, coming from Kobold and Core with the grins that they were trying to not grin, it was this like, I have so much concern, but yes, I'm gonna make sure I hit record because what are they planning? Oh no. Like, oh gosh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was
That was
it worked
terrifying.
amazing, and then that kind of just flowed really naturally. I mean, we're a server full of authors and artists, and it just flowed very naturally of everyone kind of just cooperatively writing out the Nightmare King lore and figuring out how that's going to work. And it worked great for season 2. It turned out
Mm-hmm.
really good. I'm really happy with the lore of that season. And then in season 3, we went in and we didn't really have any plans for it. We discussed as a server like what to do with the witness and kind of stuff like that. But overarching lore, we didn't really have any plans. We were like, we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants like we did in season 2, see what kind of spurs things on. And then we started developing the Order of the Witness, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
And we were gonna
Yeah,
do that
something like
with
that.
Kip Drayson,
Mm-hmm.
who then had a baby. And
Yep.
that kind of threw a wrench in the lore plans that we were all working on. No fault of Kip's, because yeah, that's
But
very time consuming.
that
But we
totally
had
pulls
to.
Kip and Aether fully away. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
ah.
That's a bit of a life event.
Yeah.
Yup.
So lore kind of hit a fluctuating point at that point of
Mhm.
videos were still needing to be put out. So a lot of lore for season 3, I think, was done by you and Disco,
Yeah.
as you were just kind of trying to figure out what happens next.
Like, I don't want to say we were derping about, but it kind of was a little bit of this derping of like, okay, I did this thing. Do you want to react off that? Yeah, I'm going to do this thing. Oh, cool. I'm going to react off that for sure. And just like fill in the
Yeah.
blanks as we go. And we're going to hop to here and we need to get to that point. So we're going to go like, "Wah-ha-ha-ha, we're over here now. How did we do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, me and Core had done a lot for season 2's lore, but then
Mhm.
season 3, Core was kind of like burning out, I think, a little bit on doing all of that.
And I think there was a new
And
Warhammer drop around the same time that was
Yeah,
hyperfixating at the same.
he got very focused on something else, which is totally fine. Everyone
Yup.
does that on the server. We go through spurts of playing a bunch. But so lore was kind of all over the place at the beginning of season 3, and I mean, it played for, I think, some decent like mystery stuff, but
Mhm.
some of it was, we had like random like written out stuff of, here's this thing that we've sent to everyone, and then content creators were just kind of left to figure it out. So
Yeah.
then the rubber band world happened, and I think around that time I had been talking to you and Corley
Mhm.
about like, hey, what if for the next season we have a dedicated DM, and
Yeah.
like they cover the whole story and they're in charge of like main plot thread that will deal with like witnesses and Nightmare Kings and like the big bads of the season that aren't in every episode but appear as like a constant thread through.
And I remember being like, son of a gun, sign me up. Yes, please. We need this.
Yeah. So then I went into the Discord, messaged everyone. I don't know if I talked to you yet, Scribs, or if at this time you and me were talking about it or something. Like I don't remember.
I think you put a message out there asking if anyone would like to help, and I was like, yes, that sounds amazing.
Okay. Yeah, because I'd messaged everyone being like, hey, I want to do this, have like a dedicated DM. What are all your thoughts? Like, is this something you were interested in? And mainly it was
Mhm.
a put out to the content creators, because like they've been kind of running lore, kind of up to this point.
Ish, as much as we
Yeah.
kind of can do all that. I'm going to adjust
Yeah.
Scripps' volume real fast.
All right.
Make you a little bit louder. Okay. Like we were doing some of our own lore-ish, definitely, in our own storytelling, but it was also so many times behind the scenes, we'd be like discording each other and be like, okay, where are you with what you're doing? This is where I am. What are you doing? How can we like blend this? How does this even blend? Like trying to figure out some of that stuff was a good
Yeah.
challenge for our creative abilities. Disco
Yeah.
would carry the weight in that because he was good at connecting dots. I'm like, cool, because I don't know how to make this work because my kids are currently like flailing in the other room and I am very distracted. So I
Disco
am
connected a lot of dots.
Mhm.
Welder also was really good at throwing kind of wrenches into the plan, but then would make them work somehow.
The
Mhm.
Fishverse covers a
I don't know how the
multitude of-
Fishverse worked as well as it did, but it worked really
It works
well.
so well.
It really did.
And
so well.
Welder just like did magic there. I feel like
Mhm.
with that, because I don't like, he made a multiverse thing and it worked.
I don't understand how, but yes,
Yeah.
it's such a thing.
So I put out the call. Everyone was on board. Like everyone was down for doing like dedicated DMs, and then Skribs joined in at that point. And in season 3, we just, I think, met up several times and just had long discussions of like, hey, what do we want to do with lore, and also kind of how do we tie up season 3 to go into what we want to do. And I think you're the one that came up with a lot of this.
Yeah, I just actually went back through some of our Discord DMs today, and it was sparked off of something random that Red had said about how in real life, if bees make honey from azalea flowers, it's hallucinogenic. And that threw me on a whole trail of, and so I sent Kobold a huge, big, long novel of a Discord DM being like, hey, what about this? What about this? What if it's a hallucination? What if it's a simulation? What if this? What if this? And
That's amazing.
Just like, I threw an entire pot of spaghetti at the wall and said, here, let's make some of it stick.
It's amazing.
And then I also think like the changelings thing came from, we were talking about like how the witness operates and the fact that he's almost kind of fey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from that we kind of spun out this idea of, well, what if there were like even more fey creatures and things, and that's where.
Well, I could tell
then
where
we just kind of
Skribs' touch was when this moment. I'm like, there's fae type things. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep.
And then we took the two ideas and mashed them together and said, let's make it work.
Yep.
And it worked.
Yeah. So we had all that idea. Like, I mean, Skribs threw spaghetti at the wall. So we knew kind of changelings, fae stuff. We're going to make deals. I don't know if we knew changelings yet, but we knew deals was going to be a big thing. So that's when Skribs did the IOU to Lee in the rubber band world.
Which I still have that in a chest in my room. And yeah.
Yeah. That was the kind of the kickoff event of let's start laying seeds for season 4 lore.
Yeah.
Even all the way back in the rubber band world.
That was a first official appearance of a changeling. Skribs was replaced on that side world, and she never actually was on the side world.
Nope.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
and this is why lag is bad, because that can cause rubber banding, and then you lose your players.
Yes.
Yep.
Man. Okay. And that explains why we barely saw you this season, aside from just IRL, everything else happening. So
that was a good excuse for Skribs is busy because of things, aka a writing hyperfixation that happened to bite me.
Yep.
But it worked well.
Yeah. It made Skribs more suspicious.
So much more suspicious.
Definitely that.
Oh my goodness.
Although apparently my laugh just in and of itself is suspicious, so
can confirm. Yes. So here's a question for you guys. Like, what challenges were you expecting for season 4 and all the things? And then what did you actually face with season 4 challenges? Like, I'm guessing one of the challenges that you weren't expecting was like Skribs writing hyperfixation, like being dragged out and dragged down and beaten up in the back corner with, writing ideas. I'm guessing that was not a, expected one, but like.
No, that was not a foreseen circumstance.
No, yeah.
Poor Kobold. I felt so bad for you this entire season because I feel like I just kind of disappeared.
It's fine.
Kinda did.
You gave me all the lore and like all the writing bits of like here's the actual story, and then I was like, cool, I will implement it while you're gone.
I mean, that is good teamwork right there.
I've happened to be very good at brainstorming and then just dumping something on someone and being like, here, you figure it out the rest of the way.
This is also how she writes sometimes. She'll come to a chat with me and Red and be like, I had this idea. It'll be like this to this. And we're like, that's amazing, right? And she's like, oh, no, I'm not going to write it. You guys write it. And then she'll literally nope out a chat. And we're like, but Skribs, I want more. That's the thing.
So that was definitely an unexpected challenge. Honestly, going into it, I felt like we had a really good plan.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of things figured out of like, here are the major story beats and here are the builds we're gonna do.
Which
So, like,
saved us, I think.
Yeah. Most of the challenges I think we expected was just like, oh, we're managing a mystery and we've got to figure out like how many clues to give without giving everything away while also like managing like we got to give some stuff but not too much and keeping that right balance where
keeping the trail so you guys could follow it.
And that tension is
well enough that it would come across to your viewers without just laying it all out and telling you exactly what was going on.
Yep.
Keep things vague, but not too vague that it's a total shock when things get revealed at the end.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a mix of viewers where some just hang in for the ride and they're not really trying to put pieces together. And then others are very observant and they notice every detail. And I'm going, I forgot about that. And they remember it. And I don't remember anything. So that was a challenge I wasn't expecting, honestly, was as you guys are laying out the breadcrumbs, I'm over here going, okay, last week was what in my episode? What happened? I remember when I finished recording, I was in a whole state, but I don't remember what that was about. I don't remember what, like, what is Lee feeling? I don't know. Like, that was a challenge I was not anticipating. I have to take better notes next time. Zemnis, do not eat my microphone, please.
Yeah. So there was missing. Yeah. Well, I feel like I even had to poke you a couple times, Lee, of there's like we had just given like an important hint or like a thing to do, and then you had forgotten about it in like the days following, and it was like, oh, I need to casually mention this IRL of like, hey, don't forget that you saw that thing that's in the video I just watched you post. And you made a whole like to-do list in video to go do that thing, and you almost forgot to do that.
The amount of times I make a to-do list in my video and then literally forget it 5 minutes later and then have to go back and rewatch my episode and be like, what was I gonna do? I don't remember. Oh, it was bad.
It's like herding squirrels.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I resemble that.
But I think the biggest challenge this season was Disco and Welder both had a lot of stuff come up, and they had to step back from like video creation and like interacting with lore and stuff. So we ended up, or I mean, I think it hit your videos more of you needed more content that wasn't
everyone got busy, and suddenly every time I get on, because we're all in, half of us are different time zones, and that doesn't help, and then on top of the different time zones, we're all on such different schedules with work and life and kids for those who have kids and like all the different things, and suddenly like every time I'm free to get on, it's a ghost town. There is no one else on. Or there might be one or two people on for a brief time, but maybe that's the time where they're not available to record, or they're not part of the lore and they're like, no, I'm a lore allergic, Red. And, you know, it's, I can go and hang out with them, but it's nothing for the content, or, you know, there's background noise and they're like, nah, I'm not, you know, nothing of this is going to be for for recorded purposes. And it's like, cool. How much can I do on my episodes that's by myself that's still going to be interesting? Because this is a SMP, not a let's play by myself.
Yeah.
So, like, do I change my vibe completely mid-season? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest challenges, partly because I think that led to a higher demand for lore in your episodes.
Yeah.
So there was a lot more weeks where I felt like we had to get a lore thing done so that you'd have something for your videos. Which, I mean, we had the next things planned. It was just, oh gosh, we got to actually make that thing now.
And possibly adjust it from original plans of having multiple content creators, you know, doing it for just one person. Like, we kind of had to adjust a few things.
We were going to have, like, kind of a B plot for all the content creators. So Corebot was kind of yours, Lee, of here's this, like, loosely connected plot thread that kind of is like adjacent to main lore, but not. It was stuff you could explore, like solo, but without the other content creators, that wasn't. We just had that one plot thread, so it felt more, I think, directly lore important than originally was. That was ominous.
That was very ominous. That was well timed.
I wish I was saying something spookier.
Of the lore builds, and I mean, there was so many lore builds and everything. Like, what was your guys' favorite lore build? Like, and they can totally be different answers, but like, of all the things.
I don't know, Skribs, you want to go first?
Mine was definitely the big glitch. With all of the trees and everything, with the house that the railroad led out to.
That was absolutely ridiculously insane to fly out to that first time and be like, what in the blazes is this?
That was all Skribs, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, that was also me as an admin in the back of my brain going, how in the world? Like, there were several moments as an admin where I'm like, but how? Well, I'm in character as Lee, reacting as Lee, and the back of my brain is going like, wait, how? But what, guys? Like,
I think when I was actively building it, Red took a screenshot from our map server, like the DIN map for the thing? Map DIN map, yes, and said the server's developing measles.
I remember that
because it was all it would show. All it would show was the black spots of the big trees that I was growing and everything at that point. And I had to message her and be like, "Hey, show up. Stop it!" Yeah, I was like, "Stop it! That's lore. Stop! Don't call attention to that area right now."
Oh, that's funny. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah, with some of the lore builds, it got kind of scary because we have that DIN map that people can check. And some of those lore builds got pretty big to the point where it was visible even without zooming in. And it was like, oh, this is... Okay, we kind of have to do this part a little bit sooner just so people don't find it in advance.
Yeah.
I remember when I realized that there was lore builds that would be visible on the DIN map. And I remember what was the first one I saw, but I remember seeing something like one of you was building something, and I noticed, I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm going to move away. And that's when I literally just started having my DIN map set onto Atlantis and only Atlantis. And at times I even had it like where it's so zoomed in, it was just the little area I'm working on. So that way I can just see if I have my headphones out and I'm muted, I can then at least glance over and see, oh, there's someone coming over here. Maybe I should put my headphones in. Like, and that way I wouldn't see any other builds elsewhere or risk any spoilers to myself as a player. So, oh man.
That's appreciated because some of those would have been really hard to hide.
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk when I realized like to what degree of a storyline and to what degree of a plot you guys were weaving together. I'm like, I don't want to risk anything that's going to be me throwing something off and ruining the surprise. I want this to be everything of my reaction to be as genuine as possible. I can't go zooming around on DidMap anymore and see people's builds. This is so sad, but you know what? Like it's worth it. So
Well, at this point, it's totally safe to do that because
Mhm.
Laura's done. Yay! Finally.
yay.
Yes.
It,
How
it
good
was
does that
very
feel?
fun, but very very good to just be able to relax for a few months.
Mental break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So here's a question. Is there a chance that the changeling siblings are going to make an appearance somewhere down the line? Maybe not next season, but just in general somewhere down the line? Or did we actually genuinely kill them off for good to some degree? I'm like, you're disembodied voices. So that must mean there's a chance you'll re-inhabit something else at some point in time?
Well,
that
Maybe.
in that
I
case,
won't
also stay out of my
any
sandstone. No inhabiting my sandstone.
I'm going to come haunt any sandstone build you ever make again.
I'm drawing a line right here.
I'd say for future appearances of changelings, their storyline, I definitely don't think it concluded the way they necessarily wanted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll come back later, but it
Open for
seems like
interpretation
you
later.
dealt a pretty big blow, and they might not be back for a bit.
That's fair. That's fair. But I was gonna ask you guys, thinking of builds and all that stuff. The whole area that was the it can't be that easy for you, Edge. What that was the most tauntingest taunt I have ever been taunted. And like it
Well-
still bothers me.
The witness was getting through the simulation and
Mhm.
was starting to leave messages for you guys and revealing stuff. Well, he was revealing stuff about the nature of stuff that the changelings didn't want to reveal yet. So they did what they're very prone to do and kind of panicked and went and just TNT blew up the next location and left a cryptic message instead.
Mhm.
And see, that's where Lee was confused because Lee was expecting that the blown up site and the message were both the witness. Hadn't even considered the fact that there's other, I don't say other
Yeah.
players, but others involved in this.
Mhm.
At that point, you had just
And-
gotten the term siblings.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect of that. And honestly, I kind of still love the mental idea of it's like so many different siblings and different sibling factions. But I mean, this works just as well. But that
I
was
mean-
also terrifying when I was thinking that as Lee. If there's multiple factions, oh no, I'm not good at PvP. So
Well, we're
As
not saying
was
that there isn't
evidenced
multiple
in my-
factions. They just weren't involved in that specific instance.
that makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. Like, and we saw my PvP lack of abilities definitely came out to play there at the final battle. Mhm. Yeah. Oh man.
Your viewers will have to go watch Disco and Wilder's perspectives of that final fight to catch the bits you were dead for.
Yes. I think I have only one specific final question for you guys, which I know the answer to, but for the sake of those who are watching this, are you guys thinking you're going to DM again next season, or are you guys going to take a break? What potential lore things might there be to come?
We're on a
So-
break. At
Yeah.
least I am.
Mhm.
We'll see if something hits my my creative brain. At the moment, I'm going to continue developing Kobold's character individually, as we are going to see the return of Kobold and Skribs' normal bodies, not changelings.
Yes.
Yay!
And so I'm going to develop his character, and I'm glad to do that in videos, but probably not focusing on any overarching lore. I think someone else is kind of taking the reins on that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I won't say any more than that. But yeah, we'll see if more overarching lore develops for the next season. But as of right now, just smaller individual character lore.
Get a good break in, because this was a lot of fun, this lore, this last season.
Yeah.
And you guys had a lot to work with, and then you had a lot of curveballs, and you made it work, and it was amazing. But that's a lot of mental taxation, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you guys for an amazing season 4. And
It was a lot of fun.
And for doing an interview, so that way we can share some of those behind the scenes, because there was a lot.
Yeah. I'm glad to be able to talk a bit about the behind the scenes a bit more.
Yeah, is there anything that you guys want to like share specifically or add that is just fun to know or good for the audience to know?
Continue leaving long messages. It was a regular, very appreciated like highlight of each of my weeks whenever there was a lore episode and your viewers would leave like long detailed like theory stuff. We love that. It's great
best.
when theories are dropped in the comments. Please keep doing that, and if anyone in your channel, any of your viewers, if you guys have theories, we love seeing them. And I mean, I this season we were pretty nailed down, but like I think in season 2 we definitely were at least lightly inspired by the occasional theory, and that helped develop stuff, even if it wasn't a 1-for-1. It was definitely
definitely inspiring, just in like not only seeing them, but like getting our brains thinking about potential possibilities and stuff. It was very fun. That was definitely there were multiple times that we would message each other and be like, hey, did you see the comments this week? This is so much fun. It was very fun to see that, and also very like encouraging as storytellers, because sometimes you don't get that feedback right away. So seeing people enjoying the story that we made and reacting to it in ways that we'd hoped that they would react to it was very satisfying.
Yeah.
I fully agree with all that, because it's very gratifying, dare I say, to be like, look at this work that's been put out and people are actually enjoying this, which was the goal. And like, look at that. Like, it's so encouraging.
The comments about lore is what encourages us to continue doing lore on Edge.
Exactly.
Well, we really appreciate you guys lore mastering for season 4. So thank you.
We had so much fun.
It was a blast.
Thank you for trusting us and just letting us be like, going off on our own thing here.
Yeah. We gave you zero information leading up into this season.
It was a little terrifying, and
thank you for trusting us.
Yes.
There was genuine times where I was really like, okay, but I do trust Kobold, and I do trust Skribs. I trust them IRL with my life. Do I trust them with my digital life, though? I don't know if I trust them with my digital life. Like, literally, this was thoughts I'd had. I trust them with my kids. I trust them with myself. Do I trust them with my digital life? And that's literally where times where I'm like, I'm literally hesitating over pixels. Oh dear. Like, you guys were fantastic, so it works. But so thanks for joining us for this little interview. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you have thoughts and comments for them, that aside from like, oh, someone should smack Lee again when she's doing her outro. Aside from anything of that nature, if you have any, comments or whatever for them, leave them a note. And see you guys.
We will read them.
Yep. And we will see you guys next season. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I broke something!